Hello everybody on the internet. Now this is a spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the show, don't watch this video. Moon Knight is the latest MCU Disney Plus show and the 10th installment of Phase 4. I'm not very well versed in the Moon Knight comics, but I was hyped for this show because I know that Moon Knight is an amazing character. And a TV show is the best way to do justice to the complexities of this character. This show is a psychological thriller / an action adventure, which is awesome. It also explores Egyptian mythology, which is so interesting. Something that I liked about this show is that it's the most standalone MCU installment we've gotten in a long time, which is very refreshing. And from what I understand, in order to make the show work better, they actually created some things for this that are different to the Moon Knight comics, which I thought was good. And once again from Marvel Studios and Disney Plus, this is a great quality show, but it's not a visually stunning one. Oscar Isaac is perfect casting for Moon Knight. His performance is phenomenal. Mark Spector and Stephen Grant feel like two completely different people. You see the change in his eyes, his demeanor, and his emotions. Mark Spector is awesome. He's like John Wick and Nathan Drake. And Stephen Grant is so amusing and nice. Seeing him and Mark go back and forth between each other is great. And the Moon Knight design is amazing. Every time he becomes Moon Knight is epic. Whenever there's shots of him in the suit and the moon is in the sky behind him, that is perfection. The action in this show is really good too. It's not the MCU's best, but Moon Knight's abilities are so cool to see. He's brutal too. I really want to see more of Oscar Isaac in the MCU and more from this character. This is the first thing that I've seen Ethan Hawke in, and he was so good as Arthur Harrow. He nails the charismatic cult leader with such a dark charm, but I was eagerly waiting for him to die. He wasn't a powerful villain, but yet he felt so unstoppable on his mission to free Ahmed. I didn't expect Konshu to be such a prominent character with a personality. Konshu is actually kind of funny, and I liked all of his scenes. What makes it better is that he and Mark are actually at odds, and sometimes you didn't know if you could trust Konshu. Layla is a character that I didn't have any thoughts on at the beginning, but she was a good part of the plot, and she got better as the show went on. And she works with Oscar Isaac well, and it was very unexpected that she became Tararet's avatar. Now I'm gonna go over the episodes. Episode 1 was a very unique way to start a show. It was interesting how we were thrown into Stephen Grant's perspective and all this crazy stuff starts happening. But it felt a little slow and some of the music choices kind of annoyed me. But then at the end we finally see Mark Spector and Moon Knight. Episode 2 was much better, and it was good that it explained everything about episode 1. Getting Mark and Stephen going back and forth and really meeting Harrow was good, and then at the end, full on Moon Knight awesomeness. Episode 3 is probably my favourite episode. It felt the most like an action adventure. The plot got more engaging, and Stephen and Mark both have their own moments, and it sucks when Konshu got imprisoned. Episode 4 is a great example of how, if this show wasn't about Moon Knight, it would be such a simple action-adventure plot. But the psychological complexities of this character makes it all so much harder and so much better. I love the treasure hunting aspects of this, but then that ending! Episode 5 is definitely my least favourite episode. I mean, it was good to get backstory and Mark and Stephen bonding, but it was very confusing, and there are still some things that I don't quite understand. Episode 6 immediately got even better. Mark and Stephen working together, which made Moon Knight whole, and it gets right into the climax. And there was a lot more full-on comic book action in this than I thought there would be in this show. And it all resolved in the right way, but I didn't expect Mark to be released from Konshu. But then, they finally revealed Jake Lockley at the end, and Konshu knew about Jake the whole time? I need to see where this goes! Moon Knight is the complete opposite of your typical superhero origin story, and is probably the most unique thing in the MCU. It's one of the best Disney Plus shows. I'm going to have to give it an 8 out of 10. Jeremy Slater, Mohamed Diab, Justin Benson, and Aaron Moorhead did great with this show. Come on, we need a season 2! So, what did you think of Moon Knight? What's your favourite episode? Do you want a season 2? Let me know in the comments below, and may the Force be with you.